Sunday's sermon was about the character of our friendships. If we want wise friendships, we cannot build them on flattery, the kind of empty praise that we give to each other to gain trust without really earning it. Flattery really just being about our own ambitions and our own desires to be liked and loved. Instead, a wise friendship builds on Christ-like truth-telling, and that is the kind of truth-telling that is constantly pursuing the likeness of Jesus Christ in our own character. Sometimes that truth is going to wound. Sometimes it's going to encourage. And so even when it does wound, we saw that the Christ-like friendship has these qualities of being redemptive and restorative, not just telling the truth in order to wound, but telling the truth in order to accomplish something greater. And so we talked a little bit about some of these dynamics on Sunday. There were a number of questions that came in, and I wasn't able to answer them during the sermon. Here's one. It seems to me that Christians often overdo compliments, simply in an effort to be kind and encourage. Where is the line between loving encouragement and false flattery? That's a good observation. I see the same thing of the Christians wanting to encourage people and just really going over the top and doing it. Here's what I notice about excessive kinds of overdone compliments. You have such a good heart. Your sincerity just comes through in everything that you do. You have your motivations are so pure, and you're so spiritual. These kinds of compliments that are really just saying you mean a lot to me and I think you're a very godly person. Well, those kinds of comments are all comments about someone's inner being, their mind, their heart, the role of the Holy Spirit in their life. And I think what's overdone about it is it's a little presumptuous to make comments about someone's inner life. I try not to do it myself. And I think it's a mistake to try to encourage somebody by going that direction. Where I think genuine encouragement comes from is talking about my inner life in relation to you and what you do and what your skills are. So I'll tell people, that teaching you gave there, that really helped me. It helped me in these three areas. I got a lot out of that. That's a comment about me and what you did in relation to me. The leadership you gave there, that really set me at ease, and it really helped the group get on track and stay on track. Those kinds of comments, that's about how I was affected by something that you did. Genuine compliment. And because you don't know my inner mind unless I tell you. And so I think overdoing compliments is a big mistake. It ends up not being as encouraging as we want it to be. So I think it's far stronger just to be very specific and to say how someone's good actions affected you. And I think that will be an encouraging observation to somebody. And I also think it's important not to go on and on about it. It makes people uncomfortable. It ends up not being encouraging, and it just becomes sort of awkward after a while. So I think genuine encouragement just has this quality of a sincere statement. What you did helped me. It affected me in a very good way. And I think that's a good way to approach encouragement without overdoing it. Another question related, we got a lot of questions about the distinction between flattery and encouragement. How can we genuinely encourage someone without it being seen as flattery? That's kind of a subtly different question there. Now we're talking about the perceptions of the other person. We don't want to encourage people and then have them walk away thinking, wow, that person was really buttering me up for something. Hope it wasn't to fry me. And so we don't want people reacting that way. So let me go back to the earlier question. An overdone compliment is going into territory that you don't really know what someone's inner life is. So don't talk about that. Talk about your own inner life, what you do know, and your relationship with that person. I think if you focus on being specific and making comments about what you genuinely know about, I think those things are going to be received as the encouragement they are meant to be. And I'll just tell you, I'm just kind of temperamentally a sort of judgmental, negative person. And I know you never would have known this if I hadn't told you, but it's true. So somebody pointed this out to me when I was in high school, and it was good timing. And so I thought, well, I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be constantly negative toward people. So I started just to kind of make a study of what is encouraging and trying out different ways of being encouraging. And I hope this doesn't sound wrong, but it's all kind of learned behavior for me. I had to figure this out. And I think a lot of people have to figure this out. So I found that these kinds of things, being specific, only talking about what I really know and not overdoing it, those were some routes to genuinely encouraging people. When I start to ask, well, what does this person really want to hear? What is this person really after? I'm just going to tell them what they want, and it's going to make them feel great. Well, that's flattery. That's the essence of it. That's a kind of conniving manipulation to get somebody to feel some way without you're really doing it truthfully. So that's just a bit of my own experience on this. I had to learn this, and I'm still learning it. And I think if you made a study just in observation and in experiment, this is what encourages people when it comes out of my mouth, when with my way of putting things across, this is how people really walk away encouraged. I think you will become a source of tremendous strength to the people around you. And I think we need that dearly. Let's see. There was one more question, I think. What about a friendship between one person who loves Jesus and one who loves self? We talked a lot about friendships founded on people who are really just about loving me. And all of their relationships are about me, building me up. What if you're a friend building a friendship with a person who doesn't know Christ? And so self-love is kind of the name of the game. Then I wouldn't say run away. You shouldn't be friends with that person. I do think you have to realize that these are fundamentally different kinds of friendships. A friendship centered on Christ is one kind of organism. A friendship that is not centered on Christ, or where one person is not centered on Christ, different thing. It's not going to function the same way. So what's that friendship for? Really, it's about you being wisdom calling out in the marketplace. Come on, be friends with me. You're Jesus's voice in those kinds of situations. And you're seeking to show the other person the loveliness, the friendliness of Christ and what he can do for them and how he can give them wisdom. And I do find that friendship is one of the most powerful tools for evangelism that we have. And it's the one we use the least, oddly enough. So I would put that kind of friendship in the category of, I want to win you over to Christ and his wisdom. Great questions. It was a great discussion on Sunday. So I look forward to seeing you again next Sunday when we'll continue talking about these themes.